Yo, what's the motherfucking word? It's your boy, John Fat Boy, and this bitch. Back again with another motherfucking reaction video. For sure. I told you I like watching all kind of shit. I like watching weird shit. I'm a nerd. I'm a gangster. I watch all that shit. This is what I do. You feel me? Today, it's going down, man. The entire moral arc, the Dragon Ball Super manga. I can't wait for the season to start next year. For the anime, it's going down. If you didn't know, next year, 2024, Dragon Ball Super is coming back. Yes, that's right. You heard it right. Super coming back, starting with this arc right here, the moral arc. I can't wait to see it. Right after the Tournament of Power. No, after Brawly. This is after Brawly. Wait, no. No, this is after the Tournament of Power. Granola is after Brawley. Let's see how this get. You know what I'm saying? How they work this out. I can't wait. I can't wait to see, you know what I'm saying, how strong Moral is, the storyline behind it. I've been waiting. I've been seeing it. I just wanted to wait until people put it out in our face for me to react to it. So react, watch it with me, like it, subscribe, share, tell your friends, tell your mama. I don't give a damn. Let's go.
Hey family, head on over to moodcandlesbyjade.com and take advantage of the current sale we have going on, where you are able to buy one 8-ounce candle, get the second one half off. We're not going to offer the same for the wax melts. Buy one wax melt, get the second one half off. You know that those cool days are slowly approaching, so you may want to stock up for those nice cool days. Okay, happy shopping.
Y'all go get the in or motherfucking out. A New Beginning Starts Here. Written by D. Brassfield. Feel me? Y'all can check this bitch out for free right now on Kindle, my nigga. 30 days, 30 days, 30 days. 30 days, 30 days, 30 days. Feel me? Yeah. Let's go.
The Moro arc starts after the events of Dragon Ball Super Broly, though we don't see those events in the manga.
You see that? I had it wrong. Broly, Dragon Ball Super Broly. This is after Broly. So remember how strong Goku and Vegeta is after Broly. Like they leveled up. So I can't wait to see how they turn up on this nigga Moro, if they do.
Just assume it's basically the same as the movie. Goku and Vegeta are training and talking about never fighting together again, and doing all the other flirting you'd expect them to. Vegeta asks about Ultra Instinct, but Goku says he hasn't been able to use it a single time since the Tournament of Power. Their date gets interrupted by a call from Mr. Satan. Boo is being kidnapped, so he needs Goku and Vegeta's help. Goku tells Vegeta he'll teleport them both over, but Vegeta acts like a tsundere and says that he'll just fly there himself. Goku arrives first and handles the kidnappers. Vegeta gets there shortly after, but lets Goku handle it. One of the kidnappers hears Mr. Satan say Goku and Vegeta's names. He seemingly knows who they are and proceeds to effortlessly speed blitz both of them, defeating them both with a stun gun. He tells the others to take Goku and Vegeta as well, so with that, the kidnappers leave Earth. When the Saiyans wake up, they see Jocko and find out the kidnappers are actually the Galactic Patrol, the one who—
My boy Jocko. Yeah, I know y'all remember Jocko. You feel me? Popped up with the Return to Freezer? Bruh. What, Resurrection Freezer, my nigga? Hey. I love my Dragon Ball Z, bro. Down to the little cactus. My nigga, I love everybody. Everybody. Down to the little cactus. Mr. Popo, Yajirobe too. Launch, whatever happened to Launch? Anybody know what happened to Launch? Did she get locked up or something? Is she dead? What happened to Launch? I don't think I remember what happened to Launch. If y'all know what happened to Launch, somebody tell me in the comment section. I don't know. I don't remember.
Who knocked out Goku and Vegeta is called Maurice, and he's the #1 Galactic Patrol agent. He explains they kidnapped Boo because they need the Great Lord of Lords who slumbers inside of him. Apparently, 10 million years ago, 5 million years before Boo absorbed the Great Lord of Lords, there was a battle with the—
10 million? Do you know how long a million years is? Million?
the Planet Eater Moreau. The Great Lord of Lords thought they had no chance of winning, so he gambles it all on locking away the Planet Eater's magic. It costs him his god power, but it works, and the Galactic Police, the predecessors to the Galactic Patrol, take Moreau into custody.
Just watch how this free...
Say, they took this nigga Morrow into custody. How strong was Morrow then? That's what I want to know. Like on the scale, back then, how strong was Morrow to where they had to seal him away? You know what I mean? And if you notice, they got to do a lot of people like that that's like outrageously strong or immortal. Like, it makes sense, but damn. I wonder what the fuck was he doing? I know eating planets. Eating a planet eater. What kind of shit is that? A planet eater. That's crazy, bro.
Strong to be killed. The Galactic Patrol take Moreau into custody since he was conveniently too strong to be killed. Even after 10 million years, he's still alive, and even worse, some of his magic has returned, so he was able to escape from prison. Unfortunately, Boo is sleeping when they need him for the 10th time this year, so it's impossible to reach the Great Lord of Lords at the moment. Goku says they'll help catch Moreau, and Vegeta reluctantly agrees, though he's more interested in Maurice, who seems far too powerful for a normal Galactic Patrol agent. So,
but is he powerful or is he just fast? You know? Or, you know what I'm saying? Was he just, you know what I mean? Because you, like, a weak person could knock out somebody who body build, you know what I'm saying, if he tap his chin the right way. Like, is he strong? I don't know. Well, let's see, we'll see.
Goku and Vegeta are temporarily inaugurated into the Galactic Patrol, and they get some cool logos on their outfits. We get a bit sidetracked by the Macarini gang, led by Pasta, who stole a train transporting an explosive material. It somehow feels like filler in a manga. The most important thing here is that this confirms to Vegeta...
Doc, why? What's up with Toriyama and everybody, really, over there? Over there. And are they hungry? Like, you know what I mean? Vegeta, vegetable. Kakarot, carrot, radish, you know? Like, I don't know. What the fuck this nigga name is?
By Pasta, who stole a
Pasta.
Train transporting an explosive material. It somehow feels like filler in a manga. The most important thing here is that this confirms to Vegeta that Maurice is just far too fast and powerful to be an ordinary Galactic Patrol officer. Once they return to the Galactic Patrol HQ, they find Moreau's location. Goku begins to sense in the direction he's headed, but Moreau can tell that Goku is searching for him. Even scarier, Moreau's ki feels like the screams of a lot of people. Since he's a planet eater, his power is literally a mass of slaughtered souls, which is kind of edgy, but not too edgy, so it's pretty cool. On Morrow's ship, he says to his ally Cranberry that they're being searched for. However, he can't scan any more than that himself, as it takes a lot out of him. Cranberry is an ex-Frieza soldier who was captured by the Galactic Patrol. He escaped with Morrow and told Morrow about the Namekian Dragon Balls that would allow him to regain his magic. All Cranberry asks for himself is a single wish, to which Morrow agrees. Our heroes also figure out that Morrow's destination is New Namek. Goku and Vegeta teleport to New Namek before Morrow can touch down, and this time they even hold hands. Maurice was too distracted by his shipping dreams coming true to warn them not to confront Morrow. When they arrive on Namek, they warn the Namekians, so they start to run away with the Dragon Balls. After they leave, Morrow's ship lands, and he exits. He tries to eat a Namekian child named Eska, but Vegeta acts quickly and saves him, talking about his troubled past with the Namekians as he does. This is actually really cool to see Vegeta's regret towards the man he used to be. So Vegeta says he wants to handle Morrow himself and turns Super Saiyan. He charges in, but Morrow is easily able to handle Super Saiyan Vegeta, so Vegeta turns Super Saiyan God. Now it's starting to look like Vegeta will win, but Morrow still has more power to show himself, in the form of his magic. Goku mentions that they know he eats life energy, and Morrow compliments them for not being entirely ignorant. Then, as Morrow lifts his hands, energy begins to spew outward from New Namek. Morrow explains that instead of just eating the planet's life energy, he can manipulate it into the form of attacks. Vegeta tries his best, but after finding out that this attack costs Morrow no stamina...
Yo, that's some crazy power. Like, that's some weird, it's weird, and like, that's what I get what he's saying, like, with the edgy shit, it actually is cool. Like, what the fuck? What the fuck? Bro. What did he just say?
Moreau lifts his hands, energy begins to spew outward from New Namek. Moreau explains that instead of just eating the planet's life energy, he can manipulate it into the form of attacks. Vegeta tries his best, but after finding out that this attack costs Moreau no stamina, he says he can't win. He asks Moreau what his goals are, and after some convincing, Moreau reveals that he's after the Dragon Balls, and he wants to use them to regain his former strength. And that's all Vegeta needed to hear. He calls Moreau rotten scum that's worth killing for sure. Vegeta quickly turns Super Saiyan Blue and begins to easily beat Moreau. Everything is going well until Goku starts to notice something is wrong. Moreau forms a huge ball with Namek's life energy. Vegeta says it's useless, but Moreau doesn't use it to attack. Instead, he eats it and gains a massive power-up as a result. Vegeta thinks that Moreau's power-up isn't nearly enough and tries to transform to face him again. But Vegeta can't even turn Super Saiyan. Not only can Moreau absorb a planet's energy, but he takes energy from the life forms on the planet as well. Goku jumps in to help Vegeta, but neither of them have enough energy to handle Moreau now.
So he's like, his energy is like kind of like the spirit bomb then, right? Because the spirit bomb draws from all the energy and the life forms on the planet that you're drawing the energy from, right? That's his natural power. The spirit bomb is the spirit bomb, but the spirit bomb, in a nutshell, is moral. Like, moral is a walking spirit bomb. What the fuck? A walking spirit.
Now, Goku feels bad for the Namekians, but he knows they can't stay there, so he grabs Vegeta to teleport away. But Goku doesn't even have enough ki for instant transmission, which I think is a first for the series. With no escape, Moreau grabs the two Saiyans and takes a large portion of their life energy. The Planet Eater is shocked to find their energy restored his body to a far more youthful state. With Vegeta and Goku handled, Moreau and Cranberry begin to hunt the Dragon Balls. Back at the Galactic Patrol HQ, Boo has finally woken up, and they receive a report that Goku and Vegeta's life signatures were detected on New Namek. They were actually saved by Eska and Elder Mori, though they were unconscious for 3 whole days. Luckily for them, Moreau is taking his sweet time collecting the Dragon Balls because plot, I guess? So he only has 3 Dragon Balls as of now. The Namekians have a plan though. Their greatest warriors started assimilating in order to defend their world. Dozens of Namekians merge into one, and the resulting warrior flies directly at Moreau. But without even looking at him, Moreau impales the Namekian's greatest savior, easily killing him. Vegeta realizes that Moreau is using the villages to find the Dragon Balls, but right as he figures that out, Moreau learns to sense the Dragon Balls directly, because plot. I mean because his magic, of course. So, hiding the final Dragon Ball just isn't an option anymore. Goku and Vegeta sense Moreau approaching, and even on the brink of death themselves, they power up to face him one final time, knowing they'll likely die. But before they can, another ship shows up behind Moreau's, and on top of it is Maurice. He shoots down Moreau's ship, and he uses a net specifically designed to trap Moreau. It still won't hold the Planet Eater for long, though, so their true plan begins, and Boo is dropped from the ship as well. Not only that, the Galactic Patrol were able to bring out the memories of the great Lord of Lords. Moreau and Boo begin to get angry at each other as they reminisce. Moreau breaks out of the netting, and their battle begins. With the memories of the great Lord of Lords and Boo's unique physical abilities, it seems like he can actually win this. Even Moreau's energy absorption doesn't work, and it seems like Boo got a power-up from having the memories awakened. Maurice tells him to steal away Moreau's magic, but as he begins to, the sky turns dark. Cranberry has collected the final Dragon Ball. Before Goku and Vegeta can intervene, Cranberry wishes back Moreau's full magical abilities. After getting his power back, he flies towards Purunga and kills Cranberry. Moreau wanted a second wish after all, and since Cranberry used the first one to heal himself, that left nothing for the ex-Frieza soldier. To be fair, he does eat people's souls, so he's not the most trustworthy guy. When Goku and Vegeta finally catch him, Moreau has already made his wishes, but he's hiding what the second one was.
I know this ain't got nothing to do with nothing, but this nigga Moreau look like a couple of people I know, but this nigga look like this nigga look like the maintenance man at my job, bro. This nigga named Dan. He look just like this nigga, but black as fuck. My bad. I know I ain't got nothing to do with shit, but he looked just like that.
Catch him, Moreau has already made his wishes, but he's hiding what the second one was. He then tells them that he has no need to fight anymore and runs away, suppressing his ki as he does. Boo and Maurice catch up with them, and Boo quickly heals everyone that's still alive. Meanwhile, Moreau begins to eat the entirety of planet Namek. After healing everyone, Boo's face changes to the Great Lord of Lords' face. He says he'll swap places with Boo until Moreau is defeated. With that, Goku, Vegeta, and the Great Lord of Lords teleport to Moreau for the final confrontation. Moreau uses illusions to buy himself time while he absorbs the energy of Namek.
What the fuck?
Planes. Multiverses.
I wonder with something like this happening, do Whis got the power to...
Each world has it.
You know, do Whis got the power to, like, I guess, revive the planet and some of the people who died, or is that something he got to stay out of? You know what I mean? Still, I don't know.
Reach him. So the energy of Namek from outer space, a place where Vegeta and Goku can't reach him. So the Great Lord of Lords goes on his own. It's immediately clear though that Moreau is stronger than the Great Lord of Lords, so the weird abilities of Boo don't matter anymore. The Great Lord of Lords threatens to steal Moreau's magic, but Moreau calls his bluff, saying he doesn't have the god power required to unleash that ability anymore. As Moreau beats him down, there's a memory that appears to the Lord of Lords. It's the end of the Boo saga where Goku kills Kid Buu, and now the Great Lord of Lords understands that Kid Buu had his god powers. Moreau saw the memories as well, and now he's even more confident that no one can challenge him. Meanwhile, Maurice asks Goku and Vegeta if they're sure they're stronger than Moreau, and Vegeta says, magic aside...
Well, I guess that makes sense for Buu to have god powers, because they couldn't really beat Buu for real. If you really think about it, Buu fucked up B. Buu fucked them up. Like, out of everybody, I think. Worse than anybody to me. I think Buu is to me the champion villain. He's the champion villain, bro. But damn, like, yeah, that makes sense. For Buu to have god power, that makes sense. That makes sense. Kid Buu's the shit. That's one of my favorite villains. Kid Buu was the shit. That nigga was ruthless.
Asks Goku and Vegeta if they're sure they're stronger than Moreau, and Vegeta says, magic aside, yes. Maurice then puts on a spacesuit and says he'll get Moreau back to planet Namek so they can fight him. With the help of the Great Lord of Lords, Maurice is able to distract Moreau and teleport him back to Namek. Goku and Vegeta teleport over as well and confront Moreau again, but this time at full power. Moreau laughs at them for thinking they can win since they forgot about the second wish. It's revealed that Moreau wished for every Galactic Patrol prisoner to be released. Side note, waiting a month on a massive cliffhanger only to find out he wished for prisoners to be released was super underwhelming. Remember, Jocko could handle most of these guys himself. Anyway, the prisoners arrive on Namek just in time to facilitate Moreau's escape. He empowers an army of them to battle Goku and Vegeta, and while they're easily beaten even with the power-up, Moreau is slowly draining Goku and Vegeta's energy along with Namek's. It eventually gets so bad that they can't transform at all. Maurice and Jocko jump in to help the Saiyans and the Great Lord of Lords retreat.
How do you beat an opponent like that? An opponent who sucked the life, like I say, he's a walking spirit bomb, and he taking all the energy out of everything, and you can't even transform or use certain moves. Like, dude, do you not understand? Like, I don't know. It's just weird to see them at such a vulnerable, like, you know, you see them vulnerable before, but this is different. This is like, how do you beat a villain like this? Where do you go? How would you be able to, you know what I mean? I don't know. That dude, that sounds tough. He manipulate the energy of the planet and what's on it. That's tough.
But when Goku is ready to teleport them all away, Vegeta goes on a rant about not liking weird techniques for some reason, and then goes off on his own. Goku and the others return to the Galactic Patrol HQ, and Vegeta steals Agent Iriko and his ship and tells him to go to Yardrat, the planet with all the weird techniques. I'm still down for most of what's happening to Vegeta this arc, but it's tough to get behind how weird this juxtaposition feels, especially when the paneling frames his main motivation as Goku and not Moreau. Anyway, a few days pass and the prisoners go on a rampage around the universe, specifically finding planets for Moreau to consume. Goku and Maurice are concerned at how Moreau is growing even more powerful, and Maurice says their odds of victory are now virtually zero. Goku asks even if Maurice was fighting seriously. Goku throws a serious punch at Maurice and he dodges it easily, which seems to prove Goku's theory. Goku asks to spar with Maurice and Maurice agrees. They go into a training room and face off. Goku seemingly can't land a hit even after turning Super Saiyan 3, so before they destroy the training room, Goku asks Maurice to train him. Maurice agrees and says he knows just the place. Meanwhile, the Macarini gang are doing their own thing while pretending to work for Moreau. They even remember Jocko talking about Earth before they got captured, so Earth is now a target for the forces of Moreau. See? The train section was important after all. At the same time, Vegeta has finally arrived on Yardrat. He's greeted by the Yardratians, which is what they're called in the manga, but I'm just gonna call them Yardrats because that's easier to say, who come in two types. This is done to canonize both the anime design and the Toriyama design for their race, since they were never seen in the original manga. Pretty smart, actually. They apparently...
Free tactical shoulder bag. As of this morning, there are still a few left. We're giving away our...
Shut up. That's crazy. Oh man, that's crazy.
Goku in the past and the original manga. The anime design and the Toriyama design for their race, since they were never seen in the original manga. Pretty smart, actually. They apparently heard about Vegeta from Goku in the past, and most strangely, they say Goku defeated the Ginyu Force on their planet. I guess that means there were more Ginyus than the main 5 we saw on Namek. Vegeta then meets Elder Paibara, the Yardrat that taught Goku instant transmission, and will be the one to teach Vegeta what they call spirit control, a way to use your ki in order to use techniques like these. A few days after that, Goku and Maurice leave the Galactic Patrol HQ to begin their training. Back on Earth, Piccolo is concerned that he can't get in touch with New Namek and fears something terrible has happened to the Namekians. His worries are interrupted when he senses the Macarini gang approaching Earth and goes to investigate them. They shoot at him immediately, but he's too fast and is quickly able to handle them all. At the same time, Bulma meets up with Dende to tell him that Jocko wants to recruit Piccolo into the Galactic Patrol. Bulma then calls Jocko again, and they learn about Moreau, the prisoners, and the fate of planet Namek. Unfortunately, as Dende realizes the Macarini gang are involved, Piccolo has already decided to let them go. Dende quickly tells him to stop them, and he does, but not before Pasta could report back to Moreau about Earth and its energy. Moreau decides to send a stronger scouting team to confirm it's actually worth his time. As they make their way, Goku and Maurice continue their training. Maurice explains the true nature of Ultra Instinct and how to trigger it. You can't simply be calm, but you have to remain calm in the face of an overwhelming shock to your emotions. After saying the technique by name, it's confirmed that Goku was right about Maurice. After their talk, Maurice takes Goku into a place similar to the Room of Spirit and Time on Earth, except this one only passes 3 days inside for every 1 day outside. Now, the real training begins. You'd think Goku would tell Maurice about the one on Earth so they could get more time to train, but it's not even brought up as an option, so moving on, I guess. Back on Earth, they tried to gather all of Earth's greatest warriors, but only Krillin...
It's still a good story. Like, I get what he's saying, but it's I guess for me, like watching Dragon Ball all the way to now, and to me, I think Super is like, I guess it's like another timeline from what we know from Dragon Ball Z into GT. I guess it's another timeline or something like that. But if that's the case, I think it's a better timeline. Everything that's happening right now, it makes more sense than GT to me. It makes way more sense to GT, and then plus I didn't. Well, some things I liked about GT, but a lot of stuff I didn't. But anyway, Super, you know what I'm saying? It actually changed things and brought structure to the rest of the story. Besides Majin Buu, you know what I'm saying? And he dying and so on and so forth, and then GT happens and whatever. I don't know. I think this is better. It makes sense. Everything makes sense. They're making sure that everything makes sense from then all the way up to now. They're making sure everything makes sense. which means everything has its time. So certain things that fans might want to see happen is probably gonna happen, or something similar. You know what I'm saying, to what you think could happen. I think they're more in tune with the people now and knowing what we want as fans. You know, like it's dope. This shit is dope.
Was available. They'll have to make do, since 3 stronger prisoners made their way to Earth through a portal that was made by an android called 7-3. This android is able to copy the abilities of others for 30 minutes by grabbing their necks. The portal he made was one such ability. Without hesitation, 7-3 is able to grab Piccolo's neck and copy his abilities as well, even after being warned by Jocko. Krillin goes to help Piccolo, but Yumba drags him into a fight instead. Things are seeming bad for Earth's fighters here. Krillin is struggling with Yumba, Jocko is barely holding on against Shiromecha, and Piccolo has to deal with fighting a copy of himself with infinite stamina. It's looking bleak for Earth. That's when Gohan arrives. As the strongest fighter currently on the planet, Gohan is easily handling 7-3. Right as Gohan is about to finish off 7-3, his copy of Piccolo runs out, and he switches to a stored copy. This one is Moro. With the ability to absorb energy, he only targets the 4 fighters in front of him, and now they have no chance of winning. As they begin to reach the brink of death, Piccolo tells the prisoners that even if they fall today, Goku and Vegeta will come back to Earth and finish them off. This intrigues Moro, since the idea of Goku and Vegeta...
Did you know that as you're watching this, you're eligible to receive a one...
That's crazy, though. I ain't gonna lie. And that's definitely a Dragon Ball twist. Always. Never gonna go how you think.
Than ever, it intrigues Moro, since the idea of Goku and Vegeta returning to Earth stronger than ever could lead to the greatest meal in the universe. So he has 7-3 and the others retreat for now. They say they'll return to Earth in 20 Earth days, but Jocko is able to buy them more time. They have 2 months in total until Moro and the prisoners return to Earth. Maurice is informed of the 2 months that they have, meaning they only have 6 months to train in the time chamber, so they get back to it immediately. However, they're being watched by Reese, who's visiting the Grand Priest. The Grand Priest explains that Maurice is an angel in training. He was dispatched to Universe 7 in order for him to broaden his perspective. Angel law prohibits angels from acting in a biased manner, hence why they aren't allowed to truly fight and only train. Reese vouches for Maurice, saying he hasn't broken any angel laws yet and that he'll keep an eye on his younger brother. The Grand Priest agrees and wishes Reese luck, as he doesn't want to lose an angel. On Yardrat, Vegeta and Iriko have no contact with the Galactic Patrol, so they know nothing about what's happened on Earth. So Vegeta just continues his training without knowing the
They answer my question too. You know, like I was saying, like could we interfere or intervene with this situation, and bam, there you go. Like they wouldn't be tripping on his brother if, you know, they wouldn't be tripping on his bro if he could intervene. So I get it now. I get it now. It's full blown. You know, they got to sit back and let everything unfold, regardless if it's the end. That's a tough job.
Keep an eye on his younger brother. The Grand Priest agrees and wishes Whis luck, as he doesn't want to lose an angel. On Yardrat, Vegeta and Iriko have no contact with the Galactic Patrol, so they know nothing about what's happened on Earth. So Vegeta just continues his training without knowing the time limit Earth has. He's already managed to learn basic spirit control, so now it's time to learn the abilities of Yardrat. Paibara is about to teach him instant transmission, which is considered a basic technique, but then some of Moro's forces land on Yardrat. Vegeta goes to handle it, but his power has already grown far larger than he ever expected. A blast he intended to just destroy a communicator with instead blasted away an abandoned Yardrat city. As he defeats the escaped prisoners, they mention that Earth is the next target for Moro, though they don't tell him about the 2-month wait. Thankfully,
that nigga look like Zarbon. You see that shit? Who the fuck is that? That nigga look just like Zarbon.
Earth is the next target for Moro, though they don't tell him about the 2-month wait. Thankfully, Vegeta can sense Earth from Yardrat and knows that Moro isn't there yet, so he has time to continue his training. However, he has to kick it into high gear, skipping the basics and going straight for the technique that can beat Moro. Moro can sense how powerful Vegeta has become and gets excited. He tells Sagambo that he'll have to reach the outer limits of his power before going to Earth, if he even has such limits. That's called foreshadowing.
Right.
So Moro consumes planets while Goku and Vegeta continue their training until 2 months finally pass. Maurice and Goku are going to have a final spar, and Maurice is about to go all out. But before they can begin, Whis stops them. Whis explains that clashing at full power is considered a battle, so that would have broken Angel Law even if he called it training. Maurice apologizes, but Whis is even more annoyed by the fact that Maurice intended to do battle against Moro alongside Goku. Now that Goku knows Maurice is an angel, everything makes sense. He asks Whis what happens if an angel breaks the laws, and Whis says they are erased from existence without a trace. It's the only way an angel can die. Weirdly, this implies that even Zeno can't remove them from existence, unless that's just a given. Something to note for the future, I guess. So Whis takes Maurice back to Beerus's planet and leaves it to Goku to finish the fight. The only issue is they leave Goku behind, so he has to figure out how to get back to Earth on his own. On Earth, the entire Galactic Patrol has arrived to fight the invading forces, as well as all the greatest fighters on Earth, minus Goten, Trunks, and the androids. The prisoners begin to spread across the planet, so everyone splits up to handle them. The main battle for now is Piccolo and Gohan versus 7-3, but before they even know they're fighting him, he uses the copied abilities of an invisible race to sneak up behind and grab their necks. Things may seem bad, but Gohan and Piccolo prepared for his copy ability, and since he can only use one copy ability at a time, they are able to outperform him with combination attacks. Pushed to the brink of death, 7-3 changes to Moro's abilities again, but when he tries to absorb the ki of the two in front of him, nothing happens. Android 17 and 18 are here actually, and they don't have ki, so they're the perfect opponents for 7-3 with this copy ability. It seems like the battle is going in Earth's favor, but then Moro and Sagambo make their way down as well. The human fighters have handled their initial foes, but soon they're overwhelmed by stronger enemies. As Moro and Sagambo touch down on Earth, Piccolo knows immediately that he's on a different level than the others. Before Moro can fight, Sagambo offers to do it himself, and Moro agrees, even granting the prisoner more of his power. With this much energy, everything went from great to hopeless on every front. Even with Gohan, Piccolo, and the androids fighting together, Sagambo is just way too powerful. Now nowhere on Earth is doing well. As things start to look desperate, Goku starts getting close enough to Earth to sense what's going on, but they're still too far to teleport to, until Krillin gambles it all and raises his ki as high as it can go in the hopes of Goku finding it. It works, and Goku teleports to Krillin just in time. With Goku now on Earth, he quickly goes around saving the other human fighters, then teleports to the main battlefield where he can easily handle Sagambo. Goku is actually moving so fast only Jocko and Moro can see him, a true testament to how much stronger he's gotten. Moro and Goku have a little bromance until Sagambo gets back up and interrupts, so Goku puts him down again, but he just keeps getting back up. It turns out that Moro has given him more power and continues to give him even more power on top of that, but
most people have no clue that in 2023, the best way to make money on Amazon.
Yo, I can't wait to see. I can't wait to see this in anime. And then everybody's fighting, man. I love Dragon Ball when everybody is there. Even like I don't give a fuck how big the clique then got, the gang then got, the group then. I don't give a fuck. I love to see everybody there, nigga, and in action. I don't give a fuck if they getting their ass whooped. And Krillin is one of my favorites. I love Krillin. Krillin, like, people be like, they talk shit about Krillin, he's weak and all that other shit, and they don't think it's possible. Like, I heard Mark from RDC say that he don't think it's possible for Krillin to fight Goku. He's Super Saiyan Blue, but I think that's bullshit. These are niggas who've been sparring their whole life together. And Goku has always outclassed Krillin, period. Strength, everything. So, you know what I mean? Like, don't sleep on Krillin. He is the strongest Earthling, like, you know? Don't sleep on Krillin. But I like to see Krillin in action and, like, doing his thing. He is a smart fighter, whether you think so or not. He's very tactical, you know what I'm saying? Just look at his fight against Nappa. A lot of his moves, even though they weren't effective, if he was equal power or stronger with the way that he moved and attacked, how, you know what I'm saying, how effective his attacks would be. Think about that shit. For real, for real.
given him more power and continues to give him even more power on top of that. But Sagambo's body can't handle it. After a few more power boosts, Sagambo drops dead, leaving only Moreau for Goku to face. Goku gets angry at how Moreau treated Sagambo, but he tells Moreau he's ready to show the power he's gained from his training. In an instant, the rage leaves his face as he closes his eyes and returns to base form. When he opens his eyes, he's in Ultra Instinct Sign, the precursor to the technique of the gods. Goku and Moreau begin to clash, and it seems that Goku has the upper hand. Moreau's magic proves a little tricky, but it's nothing that Goku can't handle. Gohan tells his father to go all out, not worrying about damaging the Earth since they can fix it with the Dragon Balls. The same thing Goku said to Gohan in the Cell Saga. I'm sure this is the only Cell Saga reference. As the fight goes on, it becomes more even the more magic Moreau uses, but Moreau still hasn't tried absorbing Goku's ki. When he finally does try to get a lock on Goku to steal energy from him, Goku begins to move at top speed to avoid it. With Moreau's main ability nullified, it seems like Goku can actually win the fight. Back on Beerus's planet, Whis and Maurice are observing the battle. Whis praises Maurice's training and asks if they'll see Goku's silver-haired form as well, but Maurice says no. Back on Earth, Moreau snickers and tells Goku energy absorption isn't his win condition. He's been holding back his power until this very moment. Once Moreau powers up, he's easily able to grab Goku and drain his ki. Moreau even noticed that Goku can't maintain the form for extended battles. With Goku back in his base, it seems hopeless, but thankfully Goku still has more power left, and what Moreau said made him even more confident he can win this fight if he attacks with everything he has. Now, with both of them at full power, they're back to a virtually even fight. Maurice and Whis aren't sure if Goku's strategy is the best, but Moreau is stronger than Goku and Maurice predicted, so he doesn't have a choice but to gamble it all on this. Back on Yardrat, Vegeta has finally mastered the technique he needs to beat Moreau. He asks Paibara to be teleported to Earth, but Yardrats are forbidden from teleporting off their planet, and even if they could, they can't teleport somewhere they've never been before. This is weird because Goku never met anyone on New Namek, nor has he been there before, but I guess the explanation of looking for key signatures like Piccolo's is good enough? I don't know. This tension is pretty forced. Anyway, even if these arbitrary rules weren't in place, Paibara can't sense Goku because he's using God Ki. So Vegeta just asks to be taught instant transmission since he needs to get to Earth as soon as possible. Goku tries to use as much power as he can, but relying on power alone only hinders Ultra Instinct, so he loses the fight and is knocked out of Ultra Instinct Sign. The androids step in to help since their energy can't be absorbed, which allows Goku to survive. On Yardrat, Vegeta desperately tries to lock onto Goku's ki, but he can't do it. Paibara senses that Goku's ki has returned and offers to break their rules for this emergency, but Vegeta says he can do it. So he tries again, and after locking onto Goku's ki, he teleports off Yardrat and arrives on Earth. Android 17 and 18 are doing their best, but they aren't strong enough to beat Moreau. Vegeta appears on the battlefield right after. Goku is shocked to see him use instant transmission, but he assures Goku that he probably can never use it again. Vegeta then has the androids back off and steps in to fight Moreau himself. Vegeta transforms into Super Saiyan Blue Evolution. Yes, it's in the manga. It happened in the Tournament of Power, just like the anime, and charges in. Even after talking big, Vegeta's first attack barely phases Moreau. It seems like he was just hyping himself up with nothing to support it. Everyone thinks Vegeta is going crazy since he clearly can't win, but don't worry, Piccolo assures everyone that Vegeta has never been one to misread an opponent's strength. Oh, I'm sorry, that's just too funny. Anyways, as Vegeta continues to fight, it becomes clear that Moreau is being worn down and Vegeta is starting to deal damage. Goku is the first to realize it, and he knows what technique Vegeta is using. It's Forced Spirit Fission. Vegeta tells Moreau he's liberated all the souls he's devoured. It's like Moreau's planet-eating power or a spirit bomb in reverse. Goku explains to the others that Forced Spirit Fission tears things apart that were combined through fusion or absorption. Vegeta even says he could separate Piccolo, Nail, and Kami if he wanted to. This is cool, but it causes a tiny and annoying issue as well. If Goku knew about this technique since he was on Yardrat, wouldn't he think it useful to learn after facing beings like Cell or Boo, who literally absorb people?
Right.
It would have been much better if him knowing about the technique just wasn't included, I think. Anyway, Vegeta is flirting with Goku instead of focusing on the battle like the tsundere that he is, until Moro jumps back into the fight. There's still nothing he can do, and Moro's body begins to return to its old state. At this rate, he'll die from old age rather than the fight at hand. As the energy returns to the planets they were stolen from, some will be restored, but those who were dead for too long will sadly remain dead. New Namek is a case where people did get revived despite being dead for over 2 months. Eska thinks it's the Dragon Balls protecting them, and
Have you been?
That's I can't wait. Oh my god, I can't wait till this anime come out. I can't wait, bro. No lie. I can't wait.
being dead for over 2 months, Eska thinks it's the Dragon Balls protecting them, and I'm not gonna complain about this, but it is weird. All this weird stuff, by the way, has been happening in one chapter. I don't know what was going on this month. Piccolo rambles about how Vegeta has become a better person and how Goku hasn't changed since day one, something I vehemently disagree with, though it isn't worth getting into here. Then Moro and Vegeta talk about going to hell, and Vegeta calls himself a villain, something that hasn't really been the case since the Buu saga. Again, this is still the same chapter, so the weird choices in dialogue and lore are just continuing. After that passes, Moro uses his magic to escape, and he fries Shirameka and devours 7-3. This causes Moro to transform and become even stronger than he was before, since 7-3 had a backup of Moro saved within him, power and all. That's right, Moro has achieved some sort of perfection, you could say, by absorbing an android. That sounds vaguely familiar. With this new strength, Moro is easily able to handle Vegeta, and now there's no one that can oppose him. Vegeta gets back up and tries to use Force Spirit Fission again, but Moro has seen through the technique, realizing that Vegeta needs to inflict damage in order for it to work, so he just has to avoid his attacks. Gohan says it's fine since 7-3's copy ability only lasts 30 minutes, so they can stall him out, but Moro tells them that 7-3's copy is simply returning to the original, so no such time limit should exist. A similar thing happened with Merge Zamasu in the Dragon Ball Super manga, so this makes sense. Then Moro even grabs Vegeta's neck and copies his abilities as well. He uses a Big Bang attack to finish the Saiyan Prince, and Piccolo even notes that with Force Spirit Fission, Moro can even nullify fusion. With no one left to fight, Dende makes the courageous decision as Earth's god to go down and help them by healing everyone. Krillin has a bag of Senzu and is trying his best to make it back to them as well. As those two make their way over, the main battle hasn't stopped. Gohan and Piccolo make an opening for Goku to use an instant transmission Kamehameha, and if that wasn't enough of a reference, Moro just regenerates from it like Cell does. Then he stabs his newly created arm through Goku's chest. Also, Moro makes up some bullshit about having 7-3's old copy abilities forever. Why? Who knows? It literally doesn't make sense. He could have just grabbed Piccolo's neck again to regenerate. Then he uses Piccolo's telepathy so he can listen in on Dende, who's telling Piccolo he's coming to heal them. Because of that, Moro creates a barrier around the battlefield so Krillin and Dende are now locked out. One by one, Moro starts to finish everyone off until only Jocko is left. Dende watches from outside the barrier in horror until it opens in front of him and an angel tells him it isn't over yet. Then we see Maurice save Jocko at the last second, imbuing a blaster shot with his own energy. Before Moro can see what happened, all the injured fighters were moved somewhere else so they could be healed by Dende. Maurice then begins to battle Moro, and the Planet Eater notes that Maurice has no detectable energy, even though he did before.
Maurice, why, bro? You should have let that shit slide, man. You know what I'm saying? So man, say, nigga, I'm willing to die for this. What? Man, say, I'm willing to die for this. I'm ready to go today. What you talking about? I'm ready to go today.
Moro, and the Planet Eater notes that Maurice has no detectable energy, even though he did before. Maurice is actually using his God Key, and because of it, he's actually doing well. Meanwhile, Whis and Beerus are over with Dende and the others. They were the ones who got them away from Moro, but with that done, Beerus says they're going to Bulma's place for some food. Dende begins to heal everyone, starting with Goku. It takes a little bit longer because of the type of wound he has, but eventually Goku is fully healed. When he learns that Maurice is fighting Moro, Moro, though, he flies over immediately. Goku stops Maurice before he disappears and takes over the fight with Ultra Instinct Sign. But it simply isn't enough for an even stronger Moro. Goku is frustrated that he couldn't master Ultra Instinct, but Maurice tells him one final push should be all he needs. While they're talking, Moro grabs Maurice's neck to try and copy his abilities, but Maurice cuts off Moro's hand before he could copy them. Maurice retaliates by using his angel powers to seal away Moro's copy ability. I know it looks like he's just destroying the crystals, but it's specifically called a sealing technique, which explains why he can't just regenerate them. Beerus can sense that Maurice is using his angel powers and tells Whis they're heading back to stop him. On the battlefield, Maurice begins to explain how the Galactic Patrol changed him and made him grow a sense of justice. Even beyond that, meeting Goku and his friends solidified those ideals. Maurice begins to charge one final attack and begins to think back to a conversation he had with Goku about Goku's constant heroics. Goku denies any heroism and talks as if it's all selfish desire that just happens to work out in the end. Again, I disagree with this being in the original manga, as he often did things for others first, then himself if it works out that way, but that's a video for a different day. Moro tries to stop Maurice with a large energy ball, but Maurice flies straight through it and seals away the final crystal. With that attack, Maurice gives Goku parting words of encouragement and asks him to protect the universe he's come to love. A menacing aura engulfs Goku as rage begins to boil within him. His emotions begin to swell as he talks about how Maurice fought for the sake of the entire universe. But with a deep breath, he calms himself down. He asks Jocko why he joined the Galactic Patrol, and Jocko tells him to preserve peace in the galaxy. And the outfits were cool. Goku is happy that his main reason is the same as Maurice, and he says that since he's in the Galactic Patrol...
Man, that's fucked up. You know somebody gotta die. This Dragon Ball. Somebody gotta die, bro. Oh, my mom. Somebody.
And he says that since he's in the Galactic Patrol as well, protecting the universe is his job too. Moro gets back up, and Goku tells him he'll carry out Maurice's will and beat him. Then his power begins to flare up. A giant aura engulfs the battlefield before dissipating to reveal Goku with silver hair. Just to recap, a character introduced in this arc died to the main villain and left words of encouragement leading to a transformation. I'll let you figure out what that's a parallel to. The power of Ultra Instinct has a strange calmness to it, and it instinctively terrifies Moro. Any attack Moro tries just can't hit Goku, and every attack of Goku's lands stronger than ever before. Moro powers up to full in hopes of closing the gap, but Goku is simply too far ahead. Goku lands a powerful punch that sends shockwaves across the entire Earth, and there's just no way for Moro to even begin to fight back. As Moro is on the brink of death, he begs for his life, and Goku asks Jocko if Moro was sentenced to death, and after hearing that he was, he resigns from the Galactic Patrol in favor of fighting him like an Earthling. Krillin finally makes it to the battlefield, and Goku, in one of my least favorite scenes, takes the Senzu from him, giving one to Moro in exchange for him returning to prison. The context here is different, but if you want to say this is a Cell Saga parallel, I wouldn't blame you. So Moro agrees to Goku's conditions, but after eating his Senzu, he betrays Goku as he obviously would, and that terrible moment is made up for by Goku's Ultra Instinct hardening his body automatically to protect him from Moro's attack, immediately breaking the Planet Eater's hand, which is literally the most badass thing. After breaking his hand on Goku's body, they begin to talk, and Goku is disappointed Moro will never be able to change. He knows he has to kill him now after they're done talking. He asks Moro one more time if he's willing to return to prison quietly, but that's when Moro sees the hand that Maurice chopped off earlier, and he says he's never going back. So Goku says he has no choice but to kill him to uphold Maurice's will. Moro asks who Maurice really was, and Goku basically just explains everything. Now knowing that Maurice could use the same ability as Goku, he quickly pulls the hand that grabbed Maurice's neck over to himself, and he begins to transform. His hair turns silver as well, and he begins to use Maurice's Ultra Instinct. This is another parallel to Cell, who gained power like Gohan's after becoming Super Perfect Cell. They begin to fly around the Earth at full speed, flashing as they do, but as the fight goes on, Moro's body starts to inflate strangely. Goku tells him it's like what happened to Sagambo. His body just isn't trained to hold that much power. Moro has to give up Maurice's powers or be destroyed by them. Moro says he has no limits, remember that foreshadowing from earlier, and begins to seek a body that can contain the power. And eventually he uses his magic to merge with the Earth itself. Reese explains that Moro being merged with the planet means they share the same fate now. If Moro is destroyed, the Earth will be destroyed as well, and the resulting energy might even destroy the whole galaxy. So basically, our protagonist didn't finish the villain when they had the chance, leading to them potentially self-destructing along with the Earth. Do I really need to say what that's a parallel to? Moro then begins to absorb energy from everyone touching the planet, and that energy swell within him will be a problem if this isn't handled quickly. Beerus decides he'll help Goku finish the fight, but right as he's about to, Whis gets a summon from the Grand Priest, likely to do with Maurice. Before they leave, Whis tells Goku the way to beat Moro and save the Earth is to destroy the crystal on his head. If done properly, it'll release Maurice's copied abilities. With that, Beerus and Whis leave, but Moro begins to hide the crystal in his expanding body. That's when Vegeta flies in and begins to punch the Earth to use Force Spirit Vision. As the power leaves Moro, the crystal reappears and Goku flies in to finish the fight. However, Moro manages to stop Goku before he reaches the crystal, and he sucks the power out of Goku, forcing him back to base form. Piccolo asks Vegeta if he can use Force Spirit Vision in reverse, and he says it's possible. So they donate their ki to Goku, as do everyone on the lookout, and even Goten and Trunks. But it isn't enough. Goku can only return to Super Saiyan Blue with that much power. Now it seems truly hopeless. They begin to discuss other options, but Moro has gone insane and will likely blow up on his own even if they do nothing. That's when a massive amount of divine power makes its way towards the battlefield, more than enough for Goku to finish the fight. Jocko had gotten the Great Lord of Lords, but that isn't whose key this is. The Great Lord of Lords found Oob and had him donate the divine energy that reincarnated from Kid Buu. Vegeta gives Goku the divine power, and with it, Goku creates a giant key version of himself to hold Moro's arms back as his
What? Nigga, this ain't Naruto.
real body delivers the final punch, ending Moro and saving the day. Afterwards, Buu returns to normal and forgets his time as the Great Lord of Lords. The Dragon Balls are used to fix the universe, and the Galactic Patrol have an award ceremony where Goku, Vegeta, Jocko, and even Maurice are given awards. It's revealed that Shin asked to exchange his own life for Maurice. The Grand Priest was moved by his gesture and erased Maurice himself temporarily, then restored him as a mortal to save him. So Maurice now has a lifespan and no more angel powers. Can he still use Ultra Instinct? Who knows? With that settled, the Galactic Patrol celebrate as Beerus and Supreme Kai are punished for allowing an angel to be lost. Peace has returned to the universe. For now. This is the best arc in Dragon Ball Super, even with my nitpicks, by the way. Maybe you should pick up the manga and check it out yourself. Make sure to like and subscribe if you haven't yet, and thank you so very much for...
I ain't gonna lie, I fuck with that. I can't wait for the motherfucker. Man, I can't wait for the anime. And this is the first arc. Like, I'm excited. At first, I was kind of skeptical. I ain't gonna lie. Like, when I first heard it, and I was just like, damn, I knew they was gonna, like, you know. But I think what's gonna be first? I think Broly's gonna be first, right? Broly's gonna be first. They're gonna start with Broly and add some extra stuff. So I heard this should be dope. I already know what it is. You fuck with me. You fuck with me. You don't. Fuck you. You already know what it is. John Fat Boy 7, Kneecap Gang, Kneecappers. Where my kneecappers at? We in the building, baby. You know how it go. You feel me? See, y'all already know, nigga. It's going down.